Good day, this is Professor Will, CBMD PhD, and today is Wednesday, July 7, 2021. It is 3:35 and 52 seconds a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today's research, genetic study. So let's hop to it here. Comprehensive genetic study of cleft lip and palate. New insights into possible causes of the malformation. Date July 6, 2021. Source, University of Bonn. Cleft lip and palate is one of the most common congenital malformations. Its causes are mainly genetic. However, it is still largely unknown exactly which genes are affected. Researchers combined various data sources in their work. In the course of their research, they discovered 5 new regions in the human genome in which variations in the DNA sequence are associated with an increased risk of malformation. A total of 45 such risk regions are now known. For some of them, the researchers were also able to show which genes are affected by these changes. The research results provide new insights into the development of the disease, but also into the development of the face and the early embryo as a whole. Researchers focus on the genetic cause of cleft lip and palate. The average contribution of genes to this frequent malformation is estimated at more than 90%. The genetic contribution is complex. That means there is not just one gene, but a whole set of genes that contribute to the malformation. The blueprint of each individual human being is stored in his or her DNA, a kind of giant lexicon with around 3 billion letters. People are different, and the contents of their DNA lexicon differ accordingly. However, for people with a cleft lip and palate, at least the passages that have something to do with the disease should be similar. The science makes use of this basic assumption by comparing the DNA of many thousands of affected individuals at several million sites. Researchers can identify genetic regions that result in a higher risk of disease. In this study, researchers identified 5 risk regions that were previously unknown. However, this does not automatically contribute to a better understanding of the disease. Only about 2% of DNA actually contains genetic information in the sense of direct instructions for building proteins. And the science is just beginning to understand what the remaining 98% is for. The 45 risk regions we know about today are all within that 98%, which we also call non-coding regions. It is now known that part of the non-coding DNA serves to regulate the activity of genes. Some of these DNA regions ensure, for example, that a certain gene is read more frequently or in certain tissues. And such regulatory regions are therefore also called enhancers. Others, however, act as silencers. They switch off certain genes. In each cell, only certain genes are active at a given time of development. In other words, there is a cell type and time-specific pattern of gene activity, and the silencers and enhancers are partly responsible for this. And some regulatory DNA sequences are now known to act as silencers or enhancers during early facial development of the embryo. The researchers were able to show for some of the genetic changes from the GWAS data that they affect these regulatory sequences, and therefore also show which genes increase or decrease in activity as a result. Presumably each of the 45 risk regions known today alters the effect of an enhancer or silencer. In this way, they disrupt the finely balanced activity pattern of genes that play a role in error-free facial development. And it is this disruption, combined with additional factors, that increase an individual's risk to get a cleft lip and palate. Good day, this is Professor Will, CBMD PhD, on microbiology, bioinformatics, and pathophysiology. This video was created for educational purposes only. Hope you enjoyed listening. Until next time, have a great day.